and welcome back to yet another edition of Inside Sokoto. In today's edition of the program, I will take you to the Sokoto State Ministry of Youth and Sports Development. There you will see different kind of sporting activities that are taking place here in Sokoto State. Very interesting indeed. My name is Idris Jubrin, and stay with us.
As the name implies, youth and sports, we are basically in charge of sports development, youth empowerment, and then other activities that are related to our youth. So the achievements so far, we have a lot of achievements, but the most important achievement of Tambul's administration, especially this second tenure, is the establishment of or the construction of indoor hall and then stadium at Sokoto New City, which I think you have visited and seen for yourself. Initially, it was in a capacity of 6,500 sitting capacity. Then it was later and increased to 11,000 capacity, as you have seen the size. The indoor hall is inclusive of table tennis, badminton, lawn tennis, volleyball, and other indoor hall activities. And outside, there's a proposal for a swimming pool, and then outside table tennis and other activities that could be played alternatively outside instead of inside the hall. And then we have a stadium which is already existing, and we have a sports complex also within the Sokoto metropolis, which also I think you visited. But those were already in existence before the Temple administration, but he tried to renovate it and elevate it to the current standard you have seen. It has improved a lot, especially on the youth aspect, because the youth of nowadays, they are not kept busy, as the saying goes, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. So sporting and youth activities go hand in hand. So with these sporting activities, the current administration under the leadership of Right Honorable Amin Waziri Tambol has been able to calm down other youth devices that have been going on around other states. We barely, within the vicinity of Sokoto, there's hardly any issue of these youth restiveness and other wayward activities, because youth are being inculcated into a lot of sports. We are not only in football, there are also basketball, we also have table tennis, we have handball, which Sokoto State is mainly known for, because we have been going, even last year, we went to Morocco, because we are able to scale through our Prudent Energy Championship. So our handball female and male youth were able to go to Morocco to play handball. So the sporting activities has been is a very improving factor, especially towards youth empowerment. We used to the ones that are participating in sporting activities, most of them are being paid allowances monthly by the Sokoto State government. The players are paid allowances, and their coaches are being also paid allowances every month. And it's a responsibility taken up by the current administration. Sporting activities is taking Sokoto State to another level, because we, as I earlier told you, our name is being heard everywhere if with regards to handball. And now we are trying to elevate our footballers, our Sokoto State, Sokoto United Football Club. We have about just 2 matches to play, which hopefully, if we play them, will be elevated into Premier League. So you see, it's a very giant stride, and all because of the financial and moral support we've been getting from from His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Sokoto State.
I'm sure as one of the sport stakeholders, I believe we have a lot of development in Sokoto in terms of sporting activities, both football, handball, volleyball, basketball, and other athletics. Because I can vividly remember when I came in as a commissioner, the all activities are almost in the comatose positions. But we try to, with the support of His Excellency, we try to come out with some work plan to see how we are going to revive it. And fortunately for us, with the support from the government, we are able to revive almost all the sporting activities in the state. We renovated the sport complex. We even got approval from the state government to construct a new stadium for us, a new indoor for us, which is almost now, the indoor is almost 95%. And the stadium, I think, is almost between 70 to 75%. So, and in terms of development, before, if you talk, let's say like handball, if you talk of handball in Nigeria, it is either Borno, Sokoto, or Niger. But before we assume, before I assume as commissioner, we are almost second to the last in the table. So, but when we went back to the drawing board, we came out with some of our plans and activities. We were able to, the first year we went for fluid energy, we came back as number 4, and which earned us continental tickets. State government sponsored us. We went to Morocco, and we give them experience and exposure. When we came back again, we went back to position, third position. So this is how we are saying now we revive it in terms of the grassroots development under 12, under 15. Before we are almost always at the number 4, number 5. But now we dominated the whole competition. We hosted the competition for good 3 years. We either, in each category, we either take first position or second position. We have never taken third position. So these are development in terms of the handball. Volleyball, before we don't even hear about it. But when we come in, we revive it. Now we represent the Northwest in handball. If we are for last time we represent Northwest for the National Sport Festival. And we register almost all about 30 to 40 games in the last sport festival. So there is a lot of development, but we are trying our best to see that as a government, they are trying their best to see that. And being a part of the festival of the government and at the same time, major stakeholders in the sporting activities, we are always here to encourage the players, to encourage their parents to release them, especially the small one, so that they can come in and play. Because if they don't have anywhere to go, the next thing we hear them engage in some other social vices which are not good in the community. So I can say a very good kudos to the state government. We have passion for the game. Secondly, nowadays, sport is not only means of exercising body, it's a means of getting money, not only to you as a player, but to the state in general. If you have a professional player who excel in the area of his specialization, if he's patriotic enough, he can help more than 50, 100 children. Let me give you an example. We have Abdullah Shehu. He's a footballer. He excelled there. He excelled there. Now, you see the sporting complex here, he constructed. Even if that place is enough, he employed over 40 to 50 youth, and they are benefiting from that activities. We have Dalami there. He's one of the veterans. He play handball, both from the under 12, under 15. He play national team. He went outside for professional. he's supporting the game. If not because of him and some other patriotic veterans who have contributed a lot, you cannot see we will not be able to revive the handball. Look at it, he's just coming just to make sure that he gives his own contribution to develop the game. So that's why you can see you must to have passion for the game. If you have passion for the game, then no problem. Honestly, we still need more support, especially from the private individuals. We need philanthropic people to come in and support government. Government alone cannot do it. You need some other people to come from outside to support you. Look at me now. I'm not a commissioner in charge of sport, but I'm always here. I will go around. Yeah. If I finish, I will go and see the Sokoto United players, interact with them, listen to them. If they have any problem, which I can come in, independent of the government, I will come in and support them. That is the issue. So we need people outside the government to come in and support the government towards the development of the sport.
Of course, it goes without saying, you people are here. You have seen our new facilities that was built by the Sokoto state government. And you see, if you go all our fields, you find out that there is some young players, athletes that are training and what have you. And this is, we have started and we believe it's part of the development, seeing the younger one and having the good facilities with all the equipment and what have you provided by the Sokoto state government. The state government is very much interested in the catch them young. So some of these school athletes you are seeing, some of them are from the schools. And with the present commissioner of youth and sport, is somebody who has passions in the game. Almost all the needs and wants of these young ones are being provided by the Sokoto state government. We have everything that we can go to. The sky is the limit in the state. All these social vices and what have you, all those drugs addicts and what have you, by the time our younger ones are being encouraged with what we have on the ground, by God's grace, we will reduce a lot of bad habits among the younger ones.
It's very superb because the present administration gives all the support for the youth to see how they can do something that can keep them away from from taking drugs, bullying and other social vices. So that's why we have male and female. We have underage that can be able to understand and do something that they can bring them up to see how they can be able to solve some of their problems from the grassroots. So that's why the present administrator has been and present governor, now with the help of our former commissioner Aminu Balabo Denga, now they try to facilitate all the supporting equipment and supporting facilities to see how it can take us long that we have been using them. So that's why we thank and give them the greatest gratitude.
All the system, Sokoto state system is finished way, but other person ball, upward here.
Gaskiya mun samu ci gaba alhamdulillah na wanda da ba mu gane ba amma yanzu mun ga ci gaba irin game da wallahi da kuma training inda muka samu muna samu kundi alhamdulillah.
We are receiving enough of this support about the governor and the team and the officials. Some of them are receiving enough of support and some things that they have already do for us.
Every single one has been of support, starting from the governors to the commissioners to every man that has opportunity to help, to our coaches, to everybody in authority. They have been of great support to us. That is why we can come out to pull out what we have in us so that we can show them that their support towards us are not in vain.
Gaskiya ya kawo ci gaba sosai saboda a lokacin da kaga muka yi competition lokacin da mai girma gwamna Aminu Tambol ya ba mu mashinuka mutane dama sun ji daɗi sosai sun dawo da gudu kowa kaga yana son yayi wasan saboda ya samu shi ma ya ce shi ma ta yaƙi tijahate kuma ya nasara gurgudu. Gaskiya alhamdulillah gurgudu iyaka gaskiya dai muna samu gurgudu yadda kamata duba su team manager su dan lami iya kokarin da suke muna na kawo mana ci gaba competition ana kuwa competition suna dan kawo mana program sosai gaskiya muna buga to wannan alhamdulillah muna son ci gaba sosai musamman ma dan legend dan lami shi ma gurgudu yana namu sacrifice su tun manager gurgudu su ma anything ma duk abin da muke nema insha Allah su tun manager gurgudu suna mana sacrifice suna taimaka mana sosai da sosai
gaskiya taimakon da muke samu sai da taimako wajen hannun gwamnati gaskiya muna son kwarai da gaske because mu individual ne ka gane ni I'm not under any government I'm not under anybody ka gane dai son da interest ne yake sa nike abin saboda wasan na yi ta da kuma na san yadda wasan take to kuma ya zama cewa na tashi da Sokoto na tashi da ainihin dan Sokoto da kuma na buga ma Sokoto ba zan so handball ta zama ƙasa a Sokoto ba to abubuwan da nike kokari haka in taimaka the handball to come back the way it is before to taimakon da nike na amma dai gaskiya in dai muna son taimako Allah daga gwamnati daga hannun gwamnati muke samun taimako.
We have a lot of talents. If you go around all over the places, you'll see talents abound. Fortunately or unfortunately, they need a lot of encouragement from the government, from wealthy individuals, and even from the general public. So I think the best thing possible is that encouragement. Like our conglomerates, like the Boas Mint and other well-to-do companies, should be able to bring out programs that will involve sports, which is generally for youths. And thereby you see our young talents coming up, to develop sports in the state. A lot of us you see here are where we are today because of football. I know in our days we have clubs like Shagari, we have clubs like Konepa, Ferry Customs, Cement, Soleta. They're all companies and they develop these football teams. And you see them employing youths. Most of us were employed through sports, a lot of us. And we are seeing the gain. I can tell you most of us are where we are today because of sports. Floating Sokoto United is a way forward because I have seen a lot of our local boys, let me put it that way, and yes, with them and with the encouragement from the government, I think others, I saw the zeal, many of them want to come in. So I could remember some time back, we had a very promising commissioner for sports. He was with us when we were playing this, and by God's grace, when he came in fact, I saw what happened in the handball. You can see what is happening. Handball. We have teams representing both the girls and boys.
So we have seen significant, development and improvement in terms of sports development in Sokoto State, particularly in these years. When you look at the football teams, the handball teams, I think they have done significantly well in terms of competitiveness outside and inside the state. They have won major trophies, and our state team also, Sokoto United, is currently second in the league. And we are hoping by grace God they will get promotion to the Premier League. The room for improvement, what we are seeing is when you look at the grassroots sport development, there are a lot of youth there. So we are trying to nurture them, and then we make them progress to the state team and the other teams that are playing in the league.
think if you've been following, it's a lot of change in Sokoto when it comes to football. Not only football, when it comes to sport. If you look at the basketball, handball, all the football activities here in Sokoto, it's a big change here in Sokoto State. Normally what we used to do every year, we used to pay the registration fee for only the premier teams. But this time around, we pay it for both pro, Premier League, even amateur. So we expanded. So hopefully we'll see by next year, we can expand it again. Yeah, my message to them is for them to know that we are here to help them. We are just here to support them so that our youth can achieve their dreams. So for them to be disciplined and to be committed to their training section. And then if they keep to that, I can assure you in the next 2-3 years, they can be whatever they want to become in football.
As I have been a commissioner of youth and sport development, and of course I have been mingled with the sporters and the sporters lovers, and what we have come to observe, every little gesture to the club or club owners cannot be quantified. So anybody that can support these people or clubs, they are welcoming that gesture. So what Abdullah Shehu is currently doing, to be specific, this thing will surely boost the activities of the grassroots footballers. Because if you can go around and have an assessment or kind of interview with the club owners, some of them, of course, they have formed a team and they have the voice to play. But one unfortunate thing is that they don't have the capacity to take care of the club, the expenditure that is needed for the day-to-day activities and the matches, ranging from the fee for the referees, the match official, and all of that. So this thing that he has done, ranging from the registration, is a very big gesture for these club owners. So I'm very much sure they will appreciate this gesture. Of the government is to promote individual and the group. So as they are doing their own, they are putting their own quota for the development of sport right from the grassroots. So where government will come in is to boost the activities of those ones that have showed the readiness, that they have proved themselves to the limelight. So that's where the government usually come from, and that's what government is entirely targeting to see people that they can sport, to see people that they can push, to see people that they can boost out. I'm a passionate sport lover. Quite sure whether at the National Assembly or here at the grassroots, I will continue to give my best at the sporting activities and everything regarding sport. I'm part and parcel of sport activities, and I can never differentiate myself or disassociate myself from the sporting activities. I have part and parcel, and I continue to be.
There was a time we encouraged them. The female players, we bought deep freezers for them, and the male players, we bought motorcycles for them, brand new, all of them. The executive governor came, we had a ceremony, low-key ceremony, and these items were distributed to them, both the under 12 and under 15, because we have 2 handball teams. The female team, we have under 12, under 15, and also the male teams. And then we are now graduating to senior Rima team that is above 21 years old. Because we already have a partnership with Boa Cement here in Sokoto, when we are holding some of our sporting activities, because the governor has pledged to hold a 3-year term under 12, under 15 handball championship in the state every year. It has been done since 2019, and it's going to be our 3rd year this year now. So we have partnership with Boa Cement. We have partnership with our bankers, who during the programs they come and brand the environment. They provide jerseys for us. They provide kits for us. Apart from sports, we have been holding various empowerment activities. Like we had a collaboration with Yusha Furniture Factory. He empowered about 1,700 youths through tailoring across the 23 local governments. It's not only in Sokoto. It's across the 23 local governments. Tailoring, mechanic, welding, and so forth. And then also we used to collaborate with ITF. They used to bring us youth empowerment programs every year, sometimes 2 years in a year, twice in a year. They used to bring programs for youth empowerment to us, and then they use our youth center for that program. But we provide the youth for them. We are thinking of diversifying. We even we even went to Kano, because there's a program there in Kano that empowers youth. They provide these mini kiosks, temporary kiosks, and then they provide other, maybe if you are being taught mechanic, after your training program you'll be provided with all the materials needed to practice outside what you have learned. We are planning on training youth on these GSM repairs, then tailoring for mainly females, because it's not a gender biased business, but generally females are more interested in tailoring. And then there's welding, there's cosmetology, women makeup, and then provision of what do I say? And then we provide, after we are planning on providing these stepids for them after training. My call on the youth is that they should be appreciative of the governor they have, who is youth empowerment conscious. So they should try and work hand in hand with what the government is trying to do to them. They should try and utilize, as the saying goes, you use what you have to get what you want. So don't try and overlook your boundaries. You stay where you are, you look at your environment and you utilize what is in the environment.
All right, there you go. There, very interesting sporting activities from the handball, basketball, and among others. A lot of sporting activities that are taking place here in Sokoto State. Very interesting one. And I'll come back next week with another fresh edition of Inside Sokoto. My name is Idris Jibrin, and thanks for watching.